Hi, my name is Eddie Gomez, and today my topic is on deforestation, and my main claim is that the world's deforestation rate not only endangers the world's environment, but also it's interdependent, being us, animals, plants themselves, insects, all that sort. I have three secondary claims to support my main claim. My first one is on the species of trees and plants. The second is on our medicinal benefits in the forest, and my third and last one would be on the change in our climate cycles because of deforestation. My first one on species of trees and plants in our planet threatened by deforestation. Experts estimate that we lose 137 species of plants, trees, and insects species daily due to deforestation. If you take the numbers, a year would be 50,000 species a year of animals, plants, and insects lost. The diversity in our rainforest is so immense that in 1 hectare, which is roughly around 2.47 acres, there can be up to 750 different types of trees and 1,500 species of plants within it. And it's said that at today's rate of deforestation, we're cutting down 7 million hectares of trees a year. Experts also say that more than half of the world's 10 million species of plants, trees, animals, and insects live in the tropical rainforest. Which, that being the case, that my second supporting topic would be on the medicinal benefits of our forests. Since we're cutting down like tree after tree and plant after plant because of deforestation, we're losing a lot of our medicines that we get, that we extract from the plants in the forest. Over 100 prescription drugs sold around the world come from ingredients extracted from plants. An estimated 25% of pharmaceuticals sold in the West come from rainforest plants, and scientists say that they haven't even tested a full 1% of that. More than 2/3 of all medicines found to have cancer-fighting properties found from the rainforest. One example would be vincristine, which comes from the periwinkle plant, and it's known as one of the world's most powerful cancer drugs against cancer. It's used to fight acute childhood leukemia, lymphoma, and thyroid cancer. Another is foxglove, which is used to regulate heartbeat, stimulate a weakened heart, and widely used to treat internal hemorrhaging, delirium, epilepsy, acute mania, and various other conditions. My final topic would be on the climate cycles. The destruction of millions of acres a year disrupts the hydrologic cycles of water, which is the moisture and rain that the trees collect, use, and then it gets to the soil and then goes back up into the sky to keep the cycle going with rain and all that. And without the trees, it wouldn't, the cycle is disrupted. Also, the deforestation cuts the trees down, and which is works like a canopy for the soil. So without the trees, the soil dries up, and it can't contain the temperature it usually does, and that destroys the vitamins in it and everything like that. And also, one of the major problems with the climate cycles would be the exchange between carbon dioxide and nitrogen, which is a big thing on global warming, which would be a whole different topic because of it. That's it, and I hope this show that the deforestation rate not only endangers the world environment, but also it's interdependent, which would be us.
All right, well, the proposition is it's got dependent clauses, it's got negative phrasing in it, it's a lot more complicated than it needs to be. You need to have a sharper focus on that. The secondary points are not labeled as claims, they're just topic areas. You need declarative sentences on those supporting points so that we know what inferences you're going to be making. You did signpost pretty clearly as you were going through the speech, so we knew what the subject matter was on each of those points, but the inferences are not always clear because you don't have those declarative sentences. There's some data on each of the points, although you're not consistently citing that information. At one point I have, experts estimate the number of species that are lost each year, and I'd like to know who those experts are, what their basis for making such an inference is. I don't know. We've got a couple of examples that you present about medications that use plants that I think are supposed to come from the rainforest, although I'm not sure that foxglove is a rainforest plant, but maybe it is. That's one of the things that's kind of missing in the argument, is the stuff that links that, in this particular case, to the rainforest. The total impact of the amount of rainforest that's being lost each year is not really quantified. I don't think that that's a hard one to do because I've heard numbers like that for quite a while. But if you're saying 50,000 species die a year or disappear each year, I don't know how old that data is, but let's assume that it's a couple of years old. Well, then we've lost 100 to 150,000 species in the last 3 years, and let's assume that the rate was only half as much in the preceding 10 years. Well, then we've got 500,000 species that have disappeared over the last period of time. So what's happened? I mean, what bad thing has occurred? The closest I get is that there's some unforeseen medication that we might find someday, and that's pretty speculative. And the impact on the global atmospheric issues is really not quantified, and you acknowledge yourself that you're going off on different issues there, so I think maybe you need a little bit more focus. That there is a harm to the immediate environment, I don't think there's much dispute about that. It's like anything, if you change what's going on around you, there are going to be problems. If somebody builds a house next to yours, it's going to change the neighborhood. But are those changes automatically bad? Are they long-term good or bad? That sort of thing. And that's what we're not getting. We're just getting descriptions of things that are happening and not much inference on those points. All right. Thank you.